West Bengal, the cradle of India's Renaissance, the land of Tagore and Vivekanand, today stands at the edge of existential crisis. Not because of famine or poverty, but because of something more insidious, a silent invasion. For decades beneath the surface of political slogans and festive lights, the state's demography has been shifting. A demographic war fought not with weapons, but with unchecked infiltration, appeasement politics and deliberate subjugation of Bengal's Hindus. The numbers tell the story. In 1951, Hindus made up 78.45% of Bengal's population. Muslims just under 20%. By 2011, Hindus had fallen to 70.54% and Muslims had risen to 27% to over 24 million. And today projections warn that Muslims will comprise 30 to 35% by 2025. This is not just a statistic. This is demographic engineering. The 4,096-kilometer Indo-Bangladesh border is one of the most porous in the world. Rivers like the Padma and Ichhamati act not as barriers, but as highways for human trafficking and illegal entry. From the chaos of partition through the 1971 Liberation War to migrants and Rohingyas, the inflow has never stopped. But infiltration alone doesn't explain the crisis. So what is the real betrayal? Successive governments of left and Congress, and most dangerously, the Trinamool Congress under Mamata Banerjee, have aided and abetted this invasion. How? Through fake documents and legalization of illegals. An Aadhaar for Rs 20,000, a passport for 40,000, ration cards, voter IDs, everything you need to erase your Bangladeshi identity and become a genuine voter in Bengal. Enforcement Directorate raids in 2019 revealed rackets worth over 5,000 crore in a year, with infiltrators cycling back during elections to cast ballots. Why? Because to TMC, migrants are not illegals. They are votes. Appeasement has been TMC's policy, their trademark. Mamata Banerjee's ministers have openly declared that Muslims will soon be the majority in Bengal.
अगर अल्लाह की रहमत है हमारे ऊपर, अगर तालीम हमारे साथ है, तो हम एक दिन मेजॉरिटी से भी मेजॉरिटी हो सकते हैं और हम अपने अल्लाह की ये मेहरबानी होगी जो हम अपने ताकत से ये हासिल करें.
Her closest aide Firhad Hakim once described a Kolkata neighborhood as mini Pakistan. And just last year, he urged Muslims to become a bigger majority. This is not slip of tongue. This is calculated politics. The consequences are devastating. In Sandesh Khali, Rohingya infiltrators, sheltered by the TMC leaders, now run extortion rackets and fisheries. Hindu women face harassment. Festivals are curtailed. Families have sold their land and have fled. In Kaliganj, Hindus who once formed the majority are now reduced to a cornered minority. From 58% in 1951, they have dropped below 40% today. This is not migration, this is forced displacement. And when demographics tilt, violence follows invariably. In 2017, a Facebook post triggered the Baduria riots, displacing hundreds of Hindu families. In 2023, Ram Navami processions in Howrah were attacked with stones hurled from rooftops. And in 2025, Murshidabad erupted over the Waqf Act amendments. Investigations linked the riots directly to Bangladeshi infiltrators backed by local radicals. Each time, the script is the same. Hindus attacked, infiltrators shielded, and TMC leaders silent. Or worse, complicit. Under TMC's protection, radicalization has deepened. Madrasas across Malda and Murshidabad preach Salafi intolerance. Illegal arms factories churn out weapons. Infiltrators are not just workers anymore, they are enforcers, muscle men for TMC's election machinery. And what's the result? A steady erosion of Bengal's Hindu heritage. Temples desecrated, idols smashed, and rituals disrupted. Make no mistake, this is about power, And this is as real as it can be. Today, Muslims form nearly 30% of Bengal's electorate, that is a whopping 2.25 crore votes. They decide the fate of 102 assembly seats, outright majorities in 74. And TMC thrives on this arithmetic. Migrants are transported back before polls, buses chartered and cash disbursed. They vote, they intimidate, they secure victory for TMC. One would wonder, is this democracy? Simply put, this is nothing but vote bank colonization. And as Muslims consolidate, Hindus retreat. In Bhaduria, the Hindu population has fallen from 68% in the 1970s to just 32% today. In North 24 Parganas, Kaliganj, Murshidabad, Malda, the story simply repeats. Hindus are selling their lands cheap, leaving their ancestral homes behind and fleeing for life. They are refugees in their own land, displaced not by foreign armies but by their own government. Even intelligence agencies have often sounded the alarm. A retired BSF officer said, Bangladeshis don't sneak in randomly. Their entry is orchestrated, protected and patronized. Even former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar had once warned of demographic engineering in West Bengal, a threat to India's sovereignty as grave as terrorism. Yet, Mamata Banerjee continues to raise the anti-Bengali bogey whenever infiltrators are checked, branding national security as communal politics. The fallout is such, even Bengal's biggest festival, Durga Puja, is now celebrated under police shadows. Puja chants are subdued, processions curtailed, and idols desecrated. The land of Durga is being forced to bend before appeasement. This is the reality of Bengal today. From riots to fake documents, from vote bank appeasement to demographic conquest, the Trinamool Congress has betrayed Bengal's Hindus. The silent invasion is no longer silent. It is visible in census numbers, in abandoned villages, in desecrated temples, and in the cries of displaced families. The question is, will Bengal act? Will Bengal remain the land of Vivekanand and Subhash Chandra Bose? Or will it become what radicals dream of, a stepping stone for Ghazwa-e-Hind? The battle is not just electoral, it is civilizational. And for Hindus of Bengal, the fight is not about politics, it is about identity, dignity, and survival.